doesn't change anything. But I love you.
Good on your knees.
On my knees. Why will I do? I need that bed.
I don't understand you. You are engaging me, you are standing down, you are telling me, even your I don't, you are even telling you to kneel down.
I really love you. Kneeling down does not show that I love you. I love you, and that is love for you. I have genuine love.
Wait. Meaning that I
Please
don't
calm
want
down.
it.
People
Like,
are here. People are watching us. People are
People are
watching.
watching it. You are discussing, you are telling me people are watching it. So what?
I really love you from the depth of my heart. I want to show it. It is not by kneeling down. If I kneel down, this is not love anymore. I don't. That is not love. Please, I love you. We have been doing this. We have been in a relationship for more than 5 years, and you should know I really love you.
Ojua, what doing at all is what doing well. So kneel down
There are people here.
and engage her.
I should kneel down. No, if kneeling down means no. If that is to show that I love her, that is not love. I really love you for all this. Why? If I'm going to take you to church, am I going to kneel down to? Will pastor tell me to kneel down to give you wedding ring? Please accept my love. I have sincere love from inside. That is no embarrassment. I really love you. Please get the ring. Please, we have been doing this. Please. Not be until I kneel down, go show say I love you. You know say I love you.
What are you saying? You are proposing to me, you are standing down, you are telling me that you which type of love? Let me tell you something. Tell me then you're talking love. Okay? Don't go back. Don't touch me. Stop the meaning of that. Why you touch me?
No.
What's all this? You called me from far distance and come to start embarrassing me. You're engaging me and you're not kneeling down. And I don't want it. Like I don't want it. I don't want someone kneeling down. Like I don't understand. What are you trying to say?
If that is love, if kneeling down is love, for me that is not love. I
That
really
is
love
not-
you. Please,
then
don't I
engage
have for you
yourself.
this.
We're not calling videos.
Please, like you.
Don't follow me.
Hello everyone out there, it's your boy Ovi Mark. You're welcome to the channel. It is Artified Optimist. If this is your first time of viewing us, why don't you quickly do us a favor? Hit that subscribe button just below the video so you can subscribe to the channel, and also click the bell notification icon so that anytime I drop new videos you can be notified. Also hit the like button and share the video. Now today's reaction is going to be somewhat of a ripple effect from that video you saw earlier, a lady who refused to say yes to her longtime fiancé or boyfriend because he didn't go down on his knees while he was proposing to her. Now when I saw this, I got touched, so I decided to go do some research, dig up and see why this kneeling down on one knee to propose is so paramount for some ladies. Okay, so there is no more immediately recognizable romantic gesture than when a man proposes marriage down on one bent knee. This custom carries and remains popular today. There is no clear historical origin of the idea of proposing on the bent knee, but the gesture bears striking resemblance to many other ceremonial situations, including religion. Kneeling is appropriate during prayers and other religious ceremonies, including wedding vows for some faiths. Kneeling is also done to genuflect when entering a church or temple. When proposing, kneeling can have the same spiritual connotation and can be seen as a sign of respect. Now let's look at royalty. Knights kneel while being awarded honors from kings and queens. This can hold true for a proposal of marriage and can be seen as honor. Let's look at surrender. Bowing in supplication before a victorious enemy is typically seen as a gesture of surrender. When proposing, a couple commits to one another and surrenders oneself to being part of a couple. Regardless of the origin, the idea of asking for a loved one's hand in marriage while partially kneeling is a highly symbolic gesture, embodying the very essence of committing one's life to another. The ideas of goodwill, honor, and trust in that one person is opening themselves completely to another without shame or any physical defenses. The practical reason behind the bent knee proposal is that it puts the engagement ring in an elevated position between the couple, letting the light hit it clearly without being blocked by both individuals. This highlights the glitter of the ring as well as emphasizing the strength of the commitment. Now let's look at modern bended knee marriage proposals. According to a study done by the Knot and Men's Health, 76% of men believe they should go down on a bent knee to propose. Many women find it appealing for a man to propose on one knee. The message behind the gesture can be that the man is offering himself wholeheartedly to the woman without reservations, elevating her to an exalted position in their relationship and offering her the choice to determine the course of their relationship. For some couples, the woman may be the one to propose, and it is just as appropriate for her to bend her knee to the prospective groom, though such a gesture may make many men uncomfortable. Now, I also took time to interview some or look at the comments of some individuals from all over the world, their opinion about this idea, and here's what they had to say. Kneeling is an act of humility and humbleness. When proposing, it's customary to kneel because you're asking for a favor, perhaps the biggest favor of your life. You're asking your partner to stay with you, love you, care for you, be with you through ups and downs, and to take you fully as you are. This is not a small request. The utmost humbleness and respect should be used for such an occasion. It's hugely outdated custom that is completely unnecessary, in much the same way it would be if she curtsied or kneeled to you. It derives from the Middle Ages, totally pointless exercise, just like asking the father for permission to marry the daughter. Archaic. I guess it depends on the lady. There are far more interesting ways to propose marriage to a lady than kneeling down. It sounds ancient. Originality works best. A person only needs to put their thinking cap on to impress her and him. Wikipedia offers good information. I have to admit I know nothing about marriage except from my parents and others. I'm sure you can find the information yourself with research. I looked but didn't want to write a long story about it. Well, the gesture of getting down at least on one knee is called genuflection. It is a very ancient gesture to show that respect. Why is a man expected to kneel at a woman's feet during a proposal in certain cultures? I have been told that marriage is mutual. Typically, kneeling is a sign of submission. I simply do not understand the tradition. The tradition of proposing on bent knee is a Christian tradition that is modeled after knights that would kneel when an honor was being bestowed upon them, but it's a tradition practiced by a minority in the West. Here are a few examples of what the rest of the world does when proposing. In India, it's common for the male to not propose at all, but the father of the bride to do it. In a ritual called Bariksha, the father of the future bride gathers her brothers and goes to the family of the intended groom with sweets. In China, betrothal gifts are sent from the groom's family to the brides. When the groom is ready to propose, he informs his parents that sends gifts to the family of the bride. If they accept the gifts, it's go time. In Arab countries, a mahr is given. This is essentially a negotiation between the bride-to-be and the groom. He presents an offer and she counters. Whatever she agrees to is legally hers, which is important because the husband's wealth passes to the eldest son always, and the wife typically only retains her mahr. So from all these information from people all around the world, you can see that the culture, not everyone wants it. We got to find out that the custom of kneeling down is actually not a global thing. It's something that is done in some cultures, and it's been adopted by some other cultures, and it's been growing or infiltrating into other cultures with time. Some believe in it, some don't. Now, in places like China, India, kneeling is not really something that should be done by the man. Okay? And in some other cultures, like in the Western cultures, the ladies believe that the man should kneel. So from all these information from people all around the world, you can see that the culture, not everyone wants it. So at this point in time, we're not really going to say kneeling down is the right thing or kneeling down is not the right thing. It's purely a subjective matter. It should be based on the individuals concerned. All right. So I'll advise men out there, in a relationship, when you see that the relationship is heading somewhere permanent like marriage, you should be able to find out from your lady if she would prefer you kneeling down or not. All right. And ladies also, on the other hand, when you know the relationship is going into a level where it might lead into marriage, you should be able to glean from your partner what style he wants, whether it is kneeling down or it's not. There are some men who are comfortable kneeling, and there are some others who are not comfortable kneeling because of obvious factors. For some of them, culture, for some, religion, and so on. So I believe this thing is something that a couple can agree on, come to a mutual agreement. You know, one can always adapt for the other. Either the man adapts for the lady, or the lady adapts for the man. We had a respondent who claimed that her current husband, proposed to her on the phone. To her, she didn't see it as anything. According to her, the man proposed. She couldn't tell if the man was kneeling or not. All she knew was that a man who loves her proposed to her. It didn't matter to her whether he was kneeling or he was doing it on the phone. So it's purely a subjective thing. It's something you can always come to an agreement about. Ladies, do not lose your beautiful relationship because of the activity of kneeling. All right? That activity of kneeling comes from a particular culture and a particular history. Times change, people change. All right? So always learn to adapt wherever you are. So at this point in time, it will be safe for us to just leave it like this. Adapt to your culture. Do what your culture says. Do what the tradition around you says. Okay? Do not try to force another man's tradition on yourself or on your partner. If in your culture men are not supposed to kneel, do not force the man to kneel. And on the other hand, if you're in an environment where the man is supposed to kneel, man, please do the right thing, kneel. Okay, so that's it. If you're new to the channel, please do us a favor, click the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. This helps the channel to grow, and we can stay in business and keep bringing you good content. Also click the bell notification icon so that anytime we drop new videos, you can be notified. Also like the video and share it. All right, this is OV Mark signing out. That's a Fight Optimics wishes you beautiful relationships and marriages out there. May God bless you. See you in the next one. Take it away. Bye bye.